So Eilish, Joe, big World Cup playoff semi-final first leg on Saturday against the Netherlands. How's preparation gone?
Preparation's gone great. Just got on the pitch at Tynecastle there, so back to our old stomping ground. But yeah, training's looking good. Everybody's looking very fired up for it. Everyone's looking really happy to be here and stuff, so it's going well.
We've had a lot of games under our belt now, so a lot of the teams have just finished their season. So hopefully we'll just keep pushing on from there, and we've got no excuses really. This is it. We have to go for it now. So everyone's looking ready to go.
You said it's the first game back at Tynecastle. What does that mean to you as players to be playing at quite a big stadium, and in Edinburgh? Hopefully there'll be quite a big crowd coming on Saturday as well.
I think it's just back to familiar ground, and every player likes that familiarity, and whether it's the dressing room, the pitch, the stadium, the crowd. So yeah, I think everybody's just looking forward to it. Yeah, getting back to the old stadium and see what it's like.
Yeah, at training today I was speaking to Emma Mitchell and we were just saying it kind of feels like home. So hopefully everyone's got that opinion. But the park's looking great, and it's a lovely compact wee stadium. So hopefully we can just fill it now, and that'll top it off for us.
Now, both of you played in the playoff final against Spain a couple of years ago, in which we came so close to qualifying. Obviously, you can only look forward now, but what positives do you take from that experience?
Like you say there, we can only take the positives. There's no point in us looking back anymore. We've took them right to the death, and we've competed well with a team that was really good. So we're going to take that, and we know that we've got the beating of Holland. So
Eilish, obviously you took part in that game as well. What are your memories from it, and where can we go from here?
Memory's not so good, but it's one thing. It's an experience. That was another playoff, and hopefully it's third time lucky this time round for the team. So it's one of the things you just need to take everything bad that happened and use it to try to get through these 4 games coming up. So yeah, that's fine.
And of course you played with the 19s in 2010.
Yep.
That major tournament, that major finals atmosphere and experience is something that you obviously want to replicate next year in Canada.
Oh yeah, and in Canada it'll be 50 times larger. That's the thing. When going to the finals is probably still the best experience that I've had, even though it was youth level. But we went to Macedonia, which isn't exactly the biggest country, and especially in terms of women's football. So the fact that getting to Canada would be unbelievable. The experience in Macedonia was good enough.
Obviously, you've had quite a lot of success recently in the Champions League with Glasgow City, the win against Conan, and the games coming up against FC Zurich. Does the experience that you have at club level overlap with what you have at Scotland?
yeah, I think every game that we play, it doesn't even matter if it's domestic football, that the level that we play at is expected to be high. That just comes with the role that we're in, and we kind of embrace that, I would like to think. It overlaps a little bit in terms of you come up against some international players and you've seen a few faces along the way, so in that sense, in terms of getting to know all the players that you're playing against, that's good for us, both in the national front and in domestic front as well.
What she said.
Can you do that? Has I just done that to you?
It's kind of what Joe said though. Like, you come up against the same players that you've played against at international level, and you're very familiar there, and it helps, especially going into the likes of Champions League. Like, we played Conan there, and all the other team was internationalists, and I'm pretty sure I've recognised enough every one of them. So it's gone back to that familiar with that player, familiar with right, this is how their international team play, this is maybe how they're going to play, and it all comes together, and it's helpful.